sui yo soy watashi wa nanun ego sum. I am Chris, and this is Chris in English. And today, I want to know, what is something that you think is easy for other people, but it's difficult for you? Good morning, my Tomodachi. I am so glad to see you today. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're healthy and happy. But that's the question today, Tomodachi. What is something that you think is easy for everyone else, but is difficult for you? That is our question of the day today. Tomo, how are you? I hope you're well. What's going on with you? Are you still working at the hotel? Are you still teaching children? Do you still miss San Diego and all of the tacos that you can eat here? San Diego misses you, Tomodachi, because you're my Tomodachi. Hey, oh, this is fantastic news. They announced the winners of the Nobel Prize for Physics today. I am a big fan of science and physics and astronomy and all that stuff. I am a huge fan of the Nobel Prize because the Nobel Prize gets to celebrate things that we don't think about a lot. Tomodachi is saying she is doing well. Hey, how am I? Thank you, Tomo. I'm fantastic. I'm doing really well. My family is healthy and safe. I'm doing well. I have a private student, so I'm teaching still. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of cooking. I'm doing really well. Thank you, my Tomodachi, very much. Now, come back to San Diego so you and me can have tacos together. Onegai. Cho onegai. Yeah, they announced the Nobel Prize in Physics for Physics today for 2020. The Nobel Prize for Physics is being awarded to Roger Penrose, a great scientist who actually worked with Hawking's, Stephen Hawking's. Let's say the internet's not working well for Tomodachi. Okay, she's going to be back. Good luck with that, Tomo. You will always be my Tomodachi. Was it her internet? Or is it that I'm going to talk about physicists? Yes, Roger Penrose was a co-worker with Stephen Hawking, the famous physicist. But Roger Penrose should be just as famous. He's done so much work with black holes. In fact, Penrose was the person who realized that Einstein's math proved that black holes could be real. Albert Einstein, his theory of relativity tells us, oh yeah, there should be black holes. There should be gravity wells that are so massive that nothing can escape from them, even light. But Einstein thought it was just a trick of math. It was Roger Penrose who showed us, oh, no, these things can be real. And that could be one, and that could be one, and over there might be one. Thank you, Roger Penrose. But he was not the only person who received the Nobel Prize for Physics today. Reinhard Genzel and Andrea Ghez, and Professor Ghez, I believe I might be pronouncing your name incorrectly. I apologize and would love for you to contact me to tell me the correct pronunciation of your name and to tell me how cool it is to discover a black hole in the middle of our galaxy. That's why Professors Genzel and Ghez received their Nobel Prizes, because they were the ones who identified Sagittarius Star A, the black hole at the center of our galaxy. For their work, they get a trip to Stockholm, Sweden. They get a cool gold medal that they can wear around their neck. And they get to share $1.1 million. Who says science doesn't pay? Congratulations. Congratulations to Roger Penrose, Reinhard Genzel, Andrea Ghez for receiving the 2020 Nobel Prize in Physics. All right, but that's not why you guys are here. That's not why you showed up. I know why you're here. You are here to learn the word of the day. Yes, it's true. I am going to teach you a word that you can use in the English-speaking world. And I hope you do. Hello, Imus. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. I hope you're healthy and well. Congratulations to Roger Penrose, Andrea Gaze, and Reinhard Genzel for winning the 2020 Nobel Prize for Physics. Did you know that Professor Gaze is only the 4th woman to win the Nobel Prize in Physics? Congratulations, Professor. Congratulations. Our word of the day today is a noun. It's a noun, and it's a pretty good noun, too. It's not a noun you'll hear every day or every week. I'd say this is another once-a-month word. So it's common, but not super common. Our word of the day, and I hope you don't think I'm being cheap by giving you this word. Is that a hint? Is that a clue? Is that information that might help you determine what the word of the day is? I hope I'm not being cheap. Why, yes, that is a clue, my friends, because our word of the day today is parsimony. Hey, Fabio! Good to see you, fabulous Fabio. I hope you're doing well. Just in time for our word of the day. Our word of the day today is the noun parsimony. Parsimony. It's a noun. It's a reluctance to spend money. Someone who does not like to spend money. Someone who likes to hold on to their money. They would be experiencing parsimony. One of their behaviors would be parsimony. Being cheap or stingy. Remember Scrooge McDuck? Donald Duck's uncle? And he's very rich. He's so rich. He has a swimming pool full of gold coins. And he can swim in the swimming pool full of gold coins. He can dive. Yeah. Very powerful man if he can swim through gold. But he also suffered from parsimony. He was cheap. He was stingy. He did not share his wealth. He kept it all for himself. Parsimony. I've heard it pronounced both ways, by the way. I've heard parsimony and parsimony. I've been researching. Parsimony is what's coming up most often, but I have heard parsimony. Here's a sentence. Because of the city government's parsimony, the new library will not be built this year. Because the city government is so cheap and so stingy, they're not going to spend the money to build the new library. Stupid city government. Just an example. Just an example. San Diego's great. We've got lots of great libraries. Could always use more. People accuse me of parsimony, but really I just try to be careful with money. I don't have parsimony. I'm just careful. Maybe. Here's your spelling. P-A-R-S-I-M-O-N-Y. Parsimony. Now it's your turn. Do you have a sentence using our word of the day, parsimony? Being cheap, being stingy, not spending money? If you have a sentence using our word of the day, please write your sentence right there so that I can see it. I can read it to the world, and then you will be internet famous. Sound good? Parsimony, that's our word of the day. Let's do a little election news. As you guys know, the election for United States president is less than a month away. Yeah, November 3rd, Tuesday, November 3rd, is election day here in the United States. As we approach the election, I'm going to share some election news with you guys because I think it's interesting, and I also think it's important that we're all aware. So, the polls have changed drastically. Yeah, most of last week... Oh, what's Fabio saying? Here we go! Fabio's giving us a sentence with the word of the day. My dad wouldn't let me buy a watch with his money, and I think he has parsimony. Oh, Fabio. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that your dad didn't let you buy a watch with his money. You know, but that means I might have parsimony too, Fabio, because I don't want you to buy a watch with my money either. That's a great sentence, sir. Parsimony, that's our word of the day. Very good. If anyone else out there has a sentence that they want to share, please write it down. Share it now, or you can share it later at the website, ChrisinEnglish.com. Last week, Joe Biden was ahead of Donald Trump in the polls. In fact, Joe Biden has been ahead of the polls this entire election. Not always by a lot, but he's always been ahead. But now that's changed. Now, Joe Biden is ahead of the president by quite a bit. Yesterday's polls showed Biden ahead by 10 points, 52 to 42. This morning's polls show Joe Biden still ahead, 57 points to 41. The president lost 1 point, and the vice president gained 5. That's a significant jump. Why is this happening? Seems that a lot of this is because of the president's terrible performance in the debate last week. It looks like a little bit of it is because of the president's illness and hospitalization this weekend. Of course, we wish him a full and rapid recovery. But we can't ignore that the president has not really been protecting himself from the virus the way other people have. That seems to be reflected in these new poll numbers. But what are the issues? This is something that I found for you guys. Some of you were asking me questions, have emailed me questions about what are the issues at stake in the election this year. Well, here are 6 of the important issues and how the voters think each candidate will do on each of these issues. So, the top issue right now is coronavirus. 59% of voters think Joe Biden will do better than Donald Trump on coronavirus. Healthcare. Healthcare is a big issue in our country. 59% of voters think Joe Biden will do better on healthcare issues than the president. Racial inequality in the United States. 62% of voters think Joe Biden will do better than the president. The Supreme Court, the highest court in the United States, 57% of voters trust Joe Biden to make good Supreme Court decisions over the president. Crime and safety, something that President Trump has been hammering home, but even there, Joe Biden is ahead of the president, 55% to 43%. Here's the last one, the economy. It's true, the United States has said, "Hey, Nemo, good to see you, sir." Talking a little bit about the election, some of the topics and issues that Americans are choosing this election season. The economy is a big one. We've had a pretty good economy over the last 3 years. Whether or not you like the president, we've had a pretty good economy over the last 3 years. Lots of possible reasons why. But, even so, 50% of voters trust Vice President Joe Biden to handle the economy over Donald Trump, who only has 48%. Nationally, Joe Biden is ahead of President Trump. In the swing states, the majority of the swing states, Vice President Joe Biden is ahead. And on the issues with the voters, Joe Biden seems to be ahead. You would think this would mean it's over. Joe Biden will win. But we always have to remember 2016, when we thought the same thing about Hillary Clinton. We were all convinced Hillary Clinton would win, and yet she lost. So keep your eyes open and ask your questions, because I'm here to answer them. One more thing, I made a mistake yesterday. I said that the vice presidential debate would be today at 6 p.m. San Diego time. I was wrong, and I apologize. The presidential debates are always on a Tuesday, but the vice presidential debate is on a Wednesday. So the vice presidential debate will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. We'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow morning, and we'll talk a lot about it on Thursday morning. All right. How about some phrases? Our question of the day. Our question of the day today. What is something you think is easy for others, but is difficult for you? For me, the answer is math. Mathematics. It's true. There is a very good reason why I teach words and not numbers. Math has always been a challenge for me, and when I look around, a lot of the people who I respect and admire, they have very strong math skills. I've always wished that my math skills were stronger. In fact, every now and again, I'll actually pick up a math book just to brush up my skills. And 5 minutes later, I put it down. Today, I'm going to teach you 10 phrases that we use when we say that something is easy or that something is difficult. Phrases for ease and difficulty. Here we go. Number 1, piece of cake. Piece of cake. For some reason in English, when we want to say that something is easy, we use food. Piece of cake is a very common expression to say that something is easy. Sendre, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Our question of the day. What is something you think is easy for other people, but is difficult for you? My answer was math. And we're going over phrases. Here are 10 phrases that we use to talk about things that are easy or difficult. Piece of cake is our first one. Now, this isn't on the list, I don't think. No, it's not on the list, but we can also say easy as pie. Piece of cake, easy as pie. 2 food phrases we use to say something is easy. Another phrase that we use to say something is easy, it's a cinch. It's a cinch. And we spell cinch, C-I-N-C-H. To cinch, the verb, although this is a noun, to cinch, I know means to pull a string to make a bag close. To cinch, to tie something closed. As a noun, maybe it is the knot or the closure. I'm not sure. I will say this. I've never seen the noun cinch in anything except this sentence. It's a cinch, which means something is very easy. Another way we can say something is easy, it's a breeze. It's a breeze. Breeze, of course, is a gentle wind. Not a hard wind, a gentle wind is a breeze. If we say something is a breeze, we mean it's easy, super easy. Yeah, conjugating verbs, psh, it's a breeze. Memorizing phrasal verbs, psh, it's a breeze. You can even say breezy. Breezy, the adjective. Learning math, breezy. Phrases to say that something is easy for us. Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it is a phrase we use to show that something is so easy, it does not take any skill. Anyone can do it. There's a variation of this that you will hear. A monkey can do it. It's so easy, even a monkey can do it. Right? Monkeys aren't all that smart. Yeah, for animals, they're pretty smart. But let's face it, I've never met a monkey with a college degree. It's so easy, even a monkey can do it. Anyone can do it. Here's the last one for easy, the last easy phrase. There's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. Means that it takes no skill to do it. Means that it takes no special knowledge. There's nothing to it. Have you ever sewn a button on a shirt? I've had to sew buttons onto shirts. It's easy. There's nothing to it. It takes 5 minutes tops. All right. It takes 30 minutes, but 25 minutes is trying to get the thread into the needle. But once that's done, it's 5 minutes. Those are 5 phrases that we use in English to say something is easy. It's a piece of cake. It's a cinch. It's a breeze. Anyone can do it. There's nothing to it. Here are 5 phrases showing the opposite. Here are 5 phrases showing that something is difficult. And the first one, it shows that something's difficult, but it's easy. No, it doesn't show that something's easy. It shows that something's difficult, but the phrase is it's hard. That's the phrase. It's hard. If something is difficult, the simplest and most common way we use to explain that idea is to say it's hard. Hard and difficult are, of course, synonyms. Here's another one we can use. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. It's not terribly difficult, but it has some hard parts to it. It's a bit tricky. It takes a special skill or special patience. If something is not easy, but it's not too terribly difficult, if you know how, we would say it's a bit tricky. But what if it's not just a bit tricky? What if the level of complexity is higher? Well, then we would say it's really tough. Tough. T-O-U-G-H. That's one of those weirdly spelt words. T-O-U-G-H. Tough. It's really tough. It's a phrase we use to show that something is difficult to do. It causes difficulty for us. Right? English is easy. Yeah. Swiss German. That's tough. Just ask Nemo. He'll tell you. I forget, Nemo. Did you speak Swiss? I think you spoke German. I'm pretty sure you spoke German. It's not a walk in the park. This is a great phrase. It's not a walk in the park. You can use the opposite too. You can say it is a walk in the park. It's a walk in the park to show that it's easy. But when we want to show that something's not easy, we would say it's not a walk in the park. Now, why does this mean it's difficult? Have you ever taken a walk in the park? It's easy to do, right? You put your first foot in front, then you put the second foot. Yay! Nemo's telling us, yes, he does speak the Swiss German. Not French, not Italian, and certainly not Romanche. No, I love you, Nemo, but your Romanche is at a very low level, man. You should practice your Romanche. I should practice my Romanche, too. If you walk in the park, it's usually nice. You take a slow pace, right? One foot in front of the other. You're not in a rush. You're not going anywhere. You're just walking in the park, looking at the sights. It's very easy. So the opposite would be, it's not a walk in the park. It's harder than that. It's more difficult than a Sunday stroll. The last phrase that shows something is difficult for us, it's very demanding. If something is very demanding, we're saying it's difficult, but the reason it's difficult is because it takes resources. It takes our time, and it takes our energy. Because it takes our time and our energy, because it uses our resources, we say it's demanding, which means it's not easy. It's hard. It's a bit tricky. It's really tough. It's not a walk in the park. It's very demanding. These are phrases that we can use to show that things are easy and to show that things are difficult. Any questions? Anybody have any questions about any of these phrases? When we use them, why we use them, how we use them? Does anybody have any questions about anything, about English, about black holes? Oh, Nemo! They announced the Nobel Prize winners for physics today, and it was all people. 3 people won, and they won because of their work with black holes. Roger Penrose, Reinhard Genzel, and Andrea Ghez all won a Nobel Prize in physics. It was announced this morning. I love Nobel Prizes. I want a Nobel Prize. My physics is not good enough, though. Our word of the day today, parsimony. It's a noun. Reluctance to spend money. Being cheap and stingy. And a great example of someone who has parsimony, Scrooge McDuck. Joe Biden is leading in the polls, 57-41. President should be very concerned at this point. And today we talked about phrases for ease and difficulty. Guys, that's my show. That's what I got for you. I hope maybe someone out there has a question. Maybe someone out there has something to share. Because I'm here for you. All right, then. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be talking a little bit about the vice presidential debate. I think we're going to talk a little bit about vice presidents tomorrow. You know, there was a vice president who said, if you ever need to hide from the world, if you ever need people to not know who you are or where you are, become vice president. We'll talk about the vice presidency a little bit tomorrow. We'll talk about the vice presidential debate. I got a question here from Nemo. Is there a phrase when you have no questions? Actually, there's a few, but I think the one I would use is I'm good. I'm good. Let me see. Can I type? I can type. I'm good. And when we write I'm good, it means I have no requirements, I have no needs, I have nothing to add. I'm good. We also use this when someone offers us more food. If we go to someone's house for dinner and we eat our fill and they say, hey, would you like some more? You could say, I'm good, thank you. Nemo, do you have any questions? No? There we go! He's good! Very good, sir. Thank you. And thank you all. I am so glad that we had a good show today. I'm going to look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. We'll talk about the vice presidency. We'll learn a word of the day. We'll learn some more phrases that we can use in the English-speaking world. But until then, please remember, my name is Chris. And I love you all. Go away.